And then it was time, John Baird decided he was going to run federally, and I decided I wanted to replace him. And the rest was history. Victoria was 3 months old when it started, and I got Pierre elected as his campaign manager, and then he got me elected as my biggest backer. And then here he is today, going to be the next Prime Minister of Canada. And I'm 18, so I don't know what I'm going to do when I grow up.
It's wonderful to see how much support is out here for you tonight. Let's be honest, this has not been an easy road for you. I think tenacity is the word. Would you agree, tenacity? But talk to me about that, because and talk to all of us about that, because I think that has been, and you've been so open about that, and thank you for that.
Yeah, so I mean, obviously it was not easy getting elected. Victoria's here today, by the way. She is not 3 years old anymore. She's 19, and so raising your child when you're flying to Toronto on Sunday night or Monday morning and coming back is difficult. It's even more difficult when your husband is Deputy Chief of Staff to the Minister of Defense, and his role is to look after the war in Afghanistan. And so when I'm home for the break week, he was in Portugal or Afghanistan or Oman or Germany. And it was really hard on some of those days, just on a personal level. And I remember how your late husband, Fred, once looked at me and he said, "Lisa, you can't burn the candle at both ends." Because I was, in the Bavarian nature, we now know I'm bipolar. My psychiatrist who looked after me is here. Thank you very much, Dr. Svensson. Put your hand up wherever you are, because you are a lifesaver in here. Because there he is, right there. He's amazing. And you know, but I was, because in the very essence of being bipolar means you spend a lot of your time manic, and it means you spend a lot of your time not sleeping. And thinking that you have a calling and and you don't pay attention to some of the other things that maybe you guys would. And so learning about that actually it was equal parts relief, because I finally understood what was wrong and how I could move forward. But then it was also like a realization, my whole life has to change. It's going to be harder for me, and I had to take some time off from the park. And I want to say thanks to all of my constituents, in particular the people who have always supported me to allow me the time necessary to heal. And although I'll always have this disorder, it's manageable, and I had to learn how to manage it. And by giving me the time, the space, and the ability to accept what I was dealing with was good. And so now I'm back at work. And you know, for my 18th anniversary, the Premier decided to get me an interchange at Barnsdale, so that's not too bad. More to come tomorrow. So it's been really effective. And I look at some of the videos and how fun it is. Like, we were going through the pandemic, which was not fun, but working with groups like OSAG, and I know Mark and where are you guys at? Mark's in the back there, and Janice, I think, is beside him. Like, we worked there, so you saw me. I could actually play for the basketball team, because that was me thinking that. I'm not just a great hockey player. But I get to work with them. Can I just point out a few others that are here, like for the Chinese community? So I want to say hi to Alex. He looks after the Chinese community in the city of Ottawa. We also share the same father, Jin Zhu, but Jin is really not our father, but he is the godfather of the Chinese community. It's wonderful for him to be here. You know, Jagdeep Prahar and Bijou George. I know Varadi Desai is here from the Indo-Canadian community. We work so hard together and do so many things, and it's been wonderful. And I know there's members of the Sri Lankan and Tamil communities that are here today. And we spent the last few weeks working with those communities in order to support them after the tragedy that occurred in our community. And I want to thank them for not only, you know, trusting me to be their voice in a few matters, but also bringing me into their community and allowing me to be part of it. There's many members of the African community that I've been able to work with. The Rideau Carleton Raceway is very important to me. I know the Ontario Harness Horse Association is here. It's just been incredible, and I apologize if I missed your community association. I know the Jewish community is here. In case you can't tell, I have a few friends outside, a few friends inside. Friends outside don't actually like me, because I've taken a stand that Israel has a right to defend itself. And I will be unapologetic in my life, as I've been in my career, that anti-Semitism must be stomped out. And so I say that here in the Catholic Church. When I say it, more importantly, in the seat of Parliament in this country, I should always stand up for democracy and anti-hate. And so to my Jewish friends, and I know you're out here, I'm with you. I have no idea if I answered your question.
You did, in spades. Let me ask you this, because I know, obviously, this community has been through a lot. You handle a crisis like you could write a book on handle a crisis.
I really credit that to the bipolar aspect of my life.
But I
If you're in a crisis, call me.
But I think about, I remember the day I was on the air, the tornado came through Barhaven, it was like 5 minutes to 1. I was off the air at 1 o'clock, walk out of the newsroom, they told me what happened. I went right into one of our studios and I phoned you and you picked up. And you know what you said to me? Sam, I just got off the phone with the premier. So talk to me about how you've dealt with crisis.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things. I come from a small community in Nova Scotia. Neighbors help neighbors. You're supposed to be there to support people in time of crisis. This was actually the second tornado after the DARE show that we were talking about. But so we're really getting good at tornadoes, David, in our area. Crisis 1-800 call Barhaven. Anyway, and this one hit behind my house. And thank God for your assistant who showed me all the damage. It was good. It wasn't my damage, thankfully. But the one thing is, whether it was Rowan's Law, whether it's been working on a crisis like the tornado, any type of issue, which I really do feel what we're dealing with right now with Israel and Palestine is a crisis that has now afflicted our constituents, is making sure that you just put your boots on, your gloves on, and get to work, and try to find any answer that you can, and you help whoever needs it. You don't pick and choose, oh, that person is a -6 on my database, and that's a 10. But they're not in trouble and they are. You go and you help your people, and there's a lot of people in this room I don't think were progressive conservatives before I got elected. May not be progressive conservatives after I am elected, but there's a lot of people say that to me, thank you. Appreciate that. So that's what I hear.
So I don't want to waste one more minute, because you have someone that we want to introduce.
Yeah.
I just want to say congratulations again.
Thank you.
And congratulations on 18 years and everything you've done for our community.
Well, thank you very much, Sam. I appreciate that. And I will say one final comment. You always hear rumors, right? I'm running federally, I'm retiring, I'm going to Pluto. I just want, if you're deciding you want to spread one of those things around, just look at this room. I'm not going anywhere. I'm staying right here. I'm going home. I'm well. And I'm committed to doing what I've always done, which is look out for the people of Nepean and to make sure that Ottawa gets its fair share at Queen's Park. And that's why I'm delighted that tonight, in order to support my 18 years as an MPP in the City of Ottawa, and to support the time that I've been at Queen's Park, is my leader, a good friend of mine, and someone who is looking out for our best interests as he leads in the Premier's chair. Thank you.